need to get me a country girl. All right, welcome back to the party, everybody. I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. How is everybody doing tonight? A little video here that I want to share with you guys. I thought it would be fun. You guys are definitely familiar with the channel It's Complicated, where they go out and have interesting conversations with some ladies, and always talking about the same type of modern woman type of stuff. But I saw this one, and I was like, I think we're in for a treat.
What's the cheesiest pickup line you've ever been given?
Oh, can I look through my Tinder real quick?
Are you from Australia? Because you meet all my qualifications.
Yikes.
You know, I'd have to say, I've actually been pretty blessed. I haven't been targeted with too many pickup lines, but if there was one, you know, it's the classic, you're the only 10 I see, or...
See, the first thing I'm already noticing is that it doesn't seem like these women get randomly hit on all the time. Maybe that has something to do with the different culture, the North and South, but these are very basic pickup lines.
Why is 8 seconds a triumph in the rodeo, but a failure in the bedroom?
Because you need to last a lot longer in the bedroom than you do on the back of a bull.
Who can get off in 8 seconds? I mean, you're going to make $50,000 in 8 seconds on a rodeo, but you ain't going to make anything in 8 seconds in the bedroom.
You're supposed to last at least 30.
I could do plenty in 8 seconds in the bedroom. You ain't gonna like it too much, but I could do it.
30 in the bedroom.
30 seconds?
30 seconds.
30 seconds I could definitely do.
30 minutes. Okay. 30 minutes. Come on, guys.
Does your fascination with roping end at the rodeo, or does it continue in the bedroom?
Heyo!
It definitely does continue.
Let's go!
Continues for sure.
Ooh.
I'll say it.
Southern girls like getting tied up.
Okay. Can you name something a woman does that she thinks is a turn-on, but is really a turn-off?
Probably acting dumb.
Takes 3 hours to get ready.
That's a good one. Acting dumb. There's a difference between acting, is the word coy? I don't know if that's the right word, but acting coy in the sense that, like, you want to make your man feel like he's needed. That's one thing. But when you play the dumb thing, that's just like, I don't have time for you.
Can you name something a man does that he thinks is a turn-on, but is actually a turn-off?
Ooh. A man does that he thinks is a turn-on, but isn't a turn-on. Well, somebody like me was texting back quickly and good morning texts and stuff like that, but apparently that doesn't garner too much respect.
And dick pics?
That's a good answer.
I would say when they're like overly pushy about how attracted they are to you, if they're really in your face about it. Oh, I care about
I've been there too. I've done that before, but hey, you gotta learn. You gotta play slow roll it.
you so much. Sometimes for me, that's a little much.
Do country girls prefer to date country guys?
Yeah, for sure. Because country girls, they want to be with a country guy that can lift their hay for them, or, you know, that has a truck to take them places. Nobody wants a city boy.
I'm definitely not a city boy, but I'm definitely not a country boy. I'm definitely not lifting any hay, but I can definitely pay somebody to do it for you.
What's the difference in country girls and city girls?
Country girls can get in the mud and city girls cannot.
Getting down in the mud.
Oh, country girls have good morals. They're looking for different stuff. They work hard. They look for different...
That's what I'm talking about.
thing in men. They're down with the blue collar. They're down for just more real men. City girls are looking for money and bullshit.
What is the definition of high maintenance?
My mom.
Do you consider high maintenance to be a red flag?
Yes. High maintenance. If you
Definitely.
need more than one suitcase.
That's a good rule. If you need more than one suitcase, you are high maintenance. Unless you're going away for over 2 weeks, one suitcase. And you should be able to go without checking any bags if you're a man. But women, one bag.
Are you more likely to see a high maintenance woman or a high maintenance man?
High maintenance woman.
Why?
See, all of these women, even though some of their answers are in line with the whole modern woman thinking, compared to the other episodes of It's Complicated, where he's out in Vegas talking to those women, I need to get me a girl from the South.
Why is that?
Because I live with one.
Who do you think is more romantic, men or women?
That's a tough one. Probably
A man, because when he really loves a woman,
There you go.
He really goes for it.
Exactly. Men are the true romantics.
And women kind of can play games sometimes with it.
Do you prefer a man who is a gentleman or a bad boy?
Bad boy.
A bad boy.
Bad boy.
Is it fair to say women lust after bad boys that want to settle down with nice guys?
They don't even want to settle down at all. They just want the bad boys.
Yeah.
I used to prefer bad boy, now gentleman all the way.
Yeah, that's what happens when you hit the wall.
What do you find most attractive about a man, and more importantly, how has that changed throughout your life?
Well, I used to like getting rammed through just by like anything, and now I actually care if this person understands that I'm a human being and has a conversation and so on and so forth.
Now, his heart and how he portrays himself to, be a good citizen to society and just be a good person, morals. Before, it was more of cat and mouse, kind of them chasing me, and that was fun because it was all just games.
They're all
What were
the
some things
same.
you were told about men while growing up?
That they better open the door for you.
What would you give to the women that don't trust men?
I don't trust them either.
They always lie. And most of the time cheat. Unless you find that one really great person.
What are your thoughts on the following statement? Men fall in love with what they see, women fall in love with what they hear. That's why women wear makeup and it's why men lie.
Oh, love it. I love it.
That might be a little true.
That's good.
Actually.
Let's hear that again. The women fall in love with what they hear. That's why women wear makeup and it's why men lie.
Men fall in love with what they see, and women fall in love with what they hear, and that's why women wear makeup, and that's why men lie. Can't argue with that.
That might be a little true, actually. Haven't heard that one, but yeah.
What's the difference between the type of woman men want to sleep with and the type men want relationships with?
I think when a girl automatically on a first date just sleeps with them, gives them the impression, oh, she lets everyone do that. So if they don't do that as often, in my opinion, they see them as more a relationship type and more connecting on a different level instead of just physical.
That's where you get the Southern girl thing, because the feminist movement in general, we can see has reached down there, but at least there's still the standard that if you're going to sleep with the person on the first date, that is not something that is kosher, let's say. Just interesting how just within the same country, culture is so different.
Do you prefer a man who's a gentleman or a bad boy?
Gentleman. 100%.
100% lies.
What are the characteristics of a gentleman?
Opening the door for you.
Being polite, offering to pay when he doesn't have to sometimes.
Yep.
The little things matter about it.
Texting you and asking you like, hey, did you make it home safely if you guys were out?
Good morning, text.
Okay, so maybe these Southern women actually do want a real gentleman. I need to get myself down there.
Good night, text.
Yep.
What's the craziest thing you
that.
have done or has someone done for you in the name of love?
Oh gosh, can this be good or bad?
Either.
Probably destroyed someone else's car for me.
How dare you?
Not for me, but someone who I was with.
Guys, stop doing crazy things for women. Just stop. It will not help you.
Do you think people are more likely to be held accountable for their behavior if they live in a small town as opposed to a big city?
100%. I think small town values are what this country's missing.
Wouldn't that make them better dating prospects?
100%.
People that are around you will be judging you. And so if you're in a place where you know more people, you're less likely to do things that everyone's going to find out about and judge you for.
Guys, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, and if you really enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button. You can catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here, and sometimes whenever I feel like it. So if you are enjoying this, you will love the live show. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get right back into it.
Everybody knows everybody, and everybody's
dated everybody else, and it's a little harder.
If you happen to be looking for a
Small
quality
town.
man, where would you expect to find one?
A quality man?
Church.
Yes, that is.
When was the last time you went to church?
Of course. Of course. Because I was going to say, oh man, do I really need to go to church? But they're not even there.
Not at a bar. Definitely, I look at universities where I'm at school, or honestly, events like this where I'm around like-minded people.
See, that's not the kind of answer that you hear from the typical modern woman, the Vegas modern woman. It's just, oh, whatever, at the bar, in the club, If you dancing up on me, if you got fly shoes on, that's not what we're hearing.
And that's usually what I look for.
When you meet a man you're interested in for the first time, what is the first question you typically ask?
How they treat their mama.
What's the difference between a man who has a good relationship with his mom and a mama's boy?
Mama's.
That's a good question. And I would like to hear the answer, specifically because I don't have a great relationship with my mom. But I definitely wouldn't want to be a mama's boy.
His boy is always going to look for his mom's opinion. He never has his own opinion. Someone who treats his mom well, though, and isn't a mama's boy, has respect for his mom and will have respect for you as well.
I think that's where are these women? I have not encountered anybody in the Northeast in general that thinks this way in the last 10 years. I need to move.
How would you describe the difference between masculine and feminine energy?
Masculine energy is about confidence and leadership and responsibility. Feminine energy is about caring, nurturing, and so on.
Like masculine would be like more assertive and like she said, dominant's a good word. Feminine is more submissive and kind of goes with the flow a little bit easier.
There you
I also
go.
think that men have more of a protective, dominant leadership instinct, and women have more of a patient, nurturing instinct.
Which of the
I need to meet these women.
following statements do you think is more true? A man's ideal woman is a bro in the body of a hot chick, or a woman's ideal man is a woman in the body of a handsome man?
The first one for sure.
That's a tough one. Because there's so I would expect women to say that men just want their bro in a girl version. But I don't think that's the case. Especially not for somebody like me, where I have a strong personality. So I need that to be complemented, not replicated. Replicating that would not be good.
Why do you say so?
Because I mean, I think guys for sure want something pretty to look at, but they also want someone they can joke around with. And
Because you want to.
Right. But just because we want somebody to joke around with doesn't mean that we want that person to be a masculine person. The more masculine you are, the less masculine energy you want coming at you when you're, coming home after a long day of being masculine.
To be able to take her go to the river and take her roping and take her dirt bike riding and take her wherever you're going to go. And
I've never done any of
those
those.
in a dress at the bar that night, still looking amazing. Whereas I think a guy, yeah, I just don't find that anywhere attractive. I don't know how a woman could find that attractive in a river.
Does a man have to be masculine in order to attract a woman?
Yes.
I think yes. Yes.
Does a woman need to be feminine in order to attract a man?
Unfortunately, no. The answer to that should be yes. But unfortunately, it's no.
I would say yes, but I know a lot of manly
There you
chicks
go.
that are married and have husbands, so
I'd say in certain areas. You need to be feminine in the right areas.
A lot of country girls
Fair
are
enough.
tomboys. Why is society more likely to accept a masculine woman than a feminine man?
Why a masculine woman over a feminine man? Even though that seems to be what's being pushed. Both of them. But, the whole gender bender thing is all about blurring the lines. But I think because modern women typically want to play the role of modern versus traditional whenever it suits them, they don't want men being able to do that. So a masculine woman can still be in her feminine energy, but a feminine guy is just a nothing?
That's a great question. I guess I don't know the answer to that. I just think a woman being able to do masculine things gives you a broader spectrum of being accepted. So yeah, what's your thought?
I feel like feminine men are starting to be a lot more accepted. I mean, masculine women have always been accepted because I feel like if you don't have a man in your life, the women have to pull out that masculine role. It's not really balanced when it comes to men. Like men don't really have to do very many things that are feminine, but women, if you're single or you're alone.
That's a good point. That's a good point. There's very rare situations where a man has to do something that is typically feminine, even if it's their own fault and they did this. Like when women put themselves in the situation where they have to play both parents, then the frequency in which they're going to need to embody what we would call masculine energy or masculine behavior is going to be more relevant, or at least more frequent.
Or you don't have a family, then you have to take on that masculine role a lot more. So I feel like that's why it's a lot more accepted than it is versus men being a little more feminine.
Why is a feminine man more likely to be seen as gay than a masculine woman would be seen as gay?
That is such a good question. See, I typically I wonder that a lot because there's a lot of guys like my boyfriend, for example. He kind of wears like his fun little like neon outfits, or like for prom, he'll wear like a fun almost disco type suit, and then everybody at the school is like, "Oh, is he gay? Are you sure that he's not gay?" I'm like, he is very much not gay. But if
Yeah, sure, he could be bi.
I show up and I'm wearing, like my boots because I just got out from the barn and my hair is a mess, everybody's like, "Oh wow, cool, she's been working on the ranch all day." So that's something that's like a really good question because I notice that a lot, even my own life, because my boyfriend is very much straight, but I don't know why there's just such that, "Oh, okay, you're wearing a little bit more of a neon type clothing, you're gay."
So I don't necessarily, in the context of me looking at these Southern girls in comparison to what I've seen up here in the Northeast, I don't necessarily want a tomboy. I very much like feminine, soft, nice women. I don't want to have to fight with you. I don't want to have to, compete with you. I just want to hang out and have a good time. Obviously it's deeper than that, but I'm feeling so much more soft feminine energy coming from these women than any other It's Complicated video that I've ever seen. If you guys agree, comment down below. And what do you think? Southern girls or nah?
So would you say that there's far more latitude about what's acceptably female than what's acceptably male?
Yes.
Is that a double standard?
Yes.
Of course
it is, but it's an acceptable double standard.
Who are your role models?
My mom.
Can you name any public figures?
Public.
Kim Kardashian and Lizzo and I don't even know who popular celebrities are.
Figures that I look up to.
Because you know that's what we would get in Vegas. So I'm hoping these Southern girls, come on, give me somebody better.
I love Dolly Parton.
There you go.
Activist in a lot of different communities.
And yeah, Dolly Parton is no like red pill Candace Owens type. She's typical woman, feminist, strong, independent, with all that. But she's not like this woke version. That's really the problem.
And she's very passionate about what she does.
Are Kim Kardashian and Cardi B good role models?
No, sir, they are not.
Why does our mainstream media promote women that have low morals?
Because it's an attention
grabber.
Sex
sells. Exactly. Sex sells. The people who are selling you anything do not care about you. What they care about is taking money from you for whatever product or service that they have.
Hell no.
Why does our mainstream media promote women that have low morals?
Because
we want to make it so that women in this gynocentric society want to make it so that women can do no wrong. So no matter what happens, as a woman, you're always good.
Exciting, I guess. It's
We're so
What?
into listening to celebrities instead of creating our own opinions and doing our own research and meeting these own people, like going to the rallies and making sure we're in tune to it all, is just celebrities controlling younger people instead of having their own opinion.
Why do the majority of young women happen to be left-leaning woke liberals?
Oh my God, because of Snapchat and social media and Instagram.
They say that that strong men and strong women create weaker men and weaker women because they don't have to work as hard because we already did it for them. And then those weak people create even weaker people. And then,
well, that's what he's referring to, I think, is the fourth turning. The idea that strong men make good times make weak men. What is on my hand? Strong men make good times make weak men make bad times, and bad times make strong men.
And those people create strong people. And we're right at that precipice where both men and women are bringing up the weak, and those weak are the woke in my mind. The woke will then change into strong men and strong women that'll rebuild this country.
Yeah, that's what he's referring to. It's the fourth turning. It's like every 80 years this thing happens. We had like the Revolutionary War and Civil War, and all about 80 years apart. And it is looking like we are due for another turn with bad times and weak men, hopefully going towards better times and stronger men. You can get that fourth turning shirt at my6shirt.com.
But I don't think that right now that it's a male or female thing. I think it's a cultural thing.
Do you know any women who don't support feminism?
Yes. There you go.
I'm staying at home and cooking and cleaning. She does not like to work.
What do young conservative women think about women's issues?
I think.
Ooh, what do young conservative women think about women's issues? I think what she's going to say is that something along the lines of women, conservative women genuinely do care about women's issues. They just don't necessarily have, the particular stance on schmarzen. And I think that makes it seem to the women who aren't conservative that women don't care about other women. That's what I think she's going to say.
I think that, like, we get it, but everyone's just being super dramatic about it, so it makes us want to do the opposite of what everyone's trying to push on us.
I'm kind of biased. It should be women's choice, in my opinion, but I'm not pro-abortion, so it's hard.
There you go. Aligns with me perfectly. That I think that it absolutely should be the choice of the individual and their doctor, and that should be a last resort. There's no moral justification for it, but sometimes life gets complicated, and I'm not here to be the arbiter of morality. I believe it's immoral, but I'm not willing to outsource that morality to the government. So I'm with her.
I think young conservative women right now are so quiet, it's hard to understand what they're actually saying because we're not hearing them. They're so few and far between heard that it's hard to understand where they are at. Because if you come out as a young conservative woman, you're normally labeled as something that no one wants to be called.
He is absolutely correct. It's very, very easy for liberal women to shout from the rooftops about whatever it is that they want, because that's the dominant perspective, specifically among women. So just because conservative women, that you have a less popular opinion, not only does that mean that you shouldn't keep quiet about it, it means specifically that we need you to speak up and show that you are there. Because otherwise, all anybody ever is going to hear is a liberal message.
And that's very hard for them to then be heard. So I think we've still got some cultural changes to be made and some time to pass before we start seeing those women actually be heard.
Do you think feminism has gone too far or not far enough?
I think it's gone too far.
Too far. Too far. Way
too far.
Too far.
I think feminism has gone too far, of course.
Men hating at this point.
You know, that's a tricky question. I think.
Of course, this one's like, well, I don't know. I mean, we hate all men and act like men are completely useless, but maybe we could go a little bit further.
Everybody's definition of feminism is very different. I think every woman is a little bit of a feminist in their own way based off of the belief that,
What does that mean? Everybody's a feminist a little bit in their own way, but feminism means something different to everybody. That is a meaningless statement.
females are capable of great things.
She looks like a city girl. Country girls, city girl over here, hiding out in the country or not?
And women really can rule the world if they want to, but I don't think that feminism should regard, canceling the men that we need in our life. And this world isn't just women, it is men as well. And men play a very, very large aspect in keeping our politicians and our government and our world running properly. And I think that they have just as much to bring to the table as women do.
Just as much? Or maybe a little bit more. No, I think that's fair. Men and women are definitely different, but I don't think there is, unless you're talking about specific categories, I don't think there's any real functional reason to talk about men and women not being equal under the law as humans, all of that stuff. So, all right, we'll give it to her. All right, so I guess I gotta go down south and get me a country girl. If you guys enjoyed this, we can definitely do more of them. Please comment below and let me know what you thought. I had a couple questions in there that I would love to get the answers for you. And of course, you can catch me live right here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and sometimes whenever I feel like it. So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and you will never, ever miss an Indian Jesus live party. Until next time, guys, I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, I am out of here. Peace.